La da da. Okay. And we're live. Right, good evening and welcome to my show tonight. Again, it's on a Tuesday, normally it's on a Wednesday, but if you're watching tonight, thank you for joining me. And tonight I'm going to be talking about what is the true cost of living. I mean, we're all talking about cost of living crisis at the moment, but we're all going through some sort of cost of living crisis at any given time is the truth of the matter. But before I talk about all of that, I just want to clarify that I'm also still available for one-to-one coaching and speaking events. Just booked up another 2 speaking events this week in prisons, this one in the Mount, hopefully starting working there soon, and also looking into working in another prison, which I'm not going to name because I'm still in talks with them. But yeah, so I'm also looking to do more talks within the business sector as well, because I've been doing a few of those as well and they've gone down really well, and I'd like to do a few more. So if anyone knows anyone who's interested in hearing more about the topics of my book, To Hell and Back and Then Some, but also about how I can help you and your workforce or colleagues or whatever it may be to perform at their best, then give me a call. So tonight I'm going to talk about what is the true cost of living. So while we were all sitting there worrying and panicking over the rising cost of living, which is normal for us to do, it got me actually thinking, why do we worry so much about the cost of living financially? You know, but not so much about the cost of living mentally and emotionally. I mean, we're all going crazy about the financial aspect, which is normal, you know, because we've got pit bills to pay and things like that. But we spend most of our lives having some sort of cost of living crisis when it comes to our emotions and our mental well-being. You know, so why do we neglect that and not worry about that as much as we worry about the financial cost of living? You see, unless you're already living the life that you choose at your most productive, you're totally fulfilled in every area of your life. Unless you're already living in that lifestyle, which we'd all be love to live, then you're already experiencing some sort of cost of living crisis, is the truth. That means because of the way you think, feel, act, and you know, we never truly are experiencing life as we choose it. You know, our fears, our worries, our anxieties, stresses on life, all of these things, limiting beliefs, they prevent us from performing or ever performing consistently at a high level. We're always performing at a level which is beneath what our true potential is. This leads to us feeling demotivated, you know, fearful, we're lacking confidence, our self-esteem might be low. So we're bereft of direction in life. So we end up just sailing from job to job, not really knowing which direction we're going to go in, and never really having a real strong foundation, core foundation to our mindset and how we want to feel and ultimately how we want to act. And so we drift through life, choices and chances. So we take certain choices, we take chances. Some might come off, some won't. And that then determines the direction of our life. And we end up just sailing along in the sea without any real direction. You know, so when you're doing that, when we're living like that, which is majority of people, to be fair, we're never truly at our full potential. We're never truly getting what we want out of life. We're never truly producing what we want out of life. You know, so all the right ingredients there for a life half lived. You know, lack of confidence, being fearful, and all of these things are common. They're normal for all of us, and especially when we're feeling, you know, worried or stressed about certain things, such as the cost of living crisis, where it's even more important than ever to be in control of how we think and feel. So why is it that we only focus on financial costs and not the costs to our mental and emotional and physical well-being? We always put this on the back burner. You know, put the money first, everything else second. You know, we sort of have a belief that we'll have to earn some money. Once we've earned a lot of money, then we can focus on our well-being. Like, that's the right way to do it. And it isn't. I mean, because a lot of the most successful people are the ones who focus on themselves first and then create something special from that. It gives you a foundation. Hence why my program is called the Foundations Program, because it gives you a structure and a foundation to then go and build on. And once you've got that structure and foundation, you can't unbuild it, you can't lose it, you've got it there for life, and then you can create whatever life you choose on that foundation. So, so the answer to that is it's the same set of limiting beliefs and attitudes that have always stopped us moving forward, which prevent us actually seeing anything with any sort of real clarity in life, or direction that we truly actually really want to be going. So when we feel that lack of confidence, when we feel that demotivated feeling, when we overthink everything, procrastinate everything, we're not able to see anything with any real clarity because we're too busy creating all of these stories in our heads which are built out of our fears, limiting beliefs, assumptions and so on, which stop us actually seeing any real true perspective of our situation. And that keeps us stood still because we're only focusing on things that we think are happening when we're not really focusing on the things that are happening. And that means that we're not able to, perform at our best in any given situation. So we'll tell ourselves that the cost of investing in ourselves and focusing on our, the mental and emotional side of it is too high. And which is why a lot of us don't bother to do it. We focus on things that give us short-term gain and not so much long-term gain as like investing in yourself. And this is a common thing for most of us because the truth of the matter is you don't see value in it. We don't see value in it. Because if you're putting yourself into a situation which we don't know the outcome of, because let's face it, if you're investing in yourself, the only way you're going to be truly successful is if you do the work yourself. So there's no sort of formula for success unless you practice it and put it into place first. It's like learning anything in life. If you learn a new skill or talent, it's one thing learning it. You've got to live it. You've got to breathe it. You've got to act it. You've got to practice it for it to become real. And this is the same with the mindset. If you're not prepared to invest time in money and effort into doing this, then guess what? You won't move forward. So this is why a lot of people don't see the value in it, because we've already poo-pooed the idea in our minds. We've created beliefs in our heads which are telling ourselves things which are, deep self-defeating, such as coaching won't work for me. It's a load of crap. It's a load of nonsense. It's too expensive. I'm not able to do it. We create these beliefs, limiting beliefs in our minds, and they're just common excuses. So, we tell ourselves, I haven't got the time right now. I'll do it when I've done this. So you'll focus on achieving something first before you focus on yourself. And then wonder why the things that you're focusing on don't happen the way you thought they would, because you hadn't mastered your own mindset first. So it is a strange way of thinking, for me anyway, because the way I feel is that if you think you want to achieve something in life, surely it's better to make sure that you're in a position first at your best and able to achieve that. If you're trying to solve a problem with the same thinking that created a problem in the first place, then it's it's crazy to me. But this is what a lot of people do. We talk ourselves out of making progress. We make excuses and tell ourselves, it's not for me. It's a load of, whatever the excuse is that you're using at that time. And we all come up with some kind of excuse. So when I enrolled with IPEC, the Institute of Professional Excellence in Coaching, 4 years ago, I learned a unique philosophy and way of being that completely changed my life. But before I invested with them, I had no clue about where I'd end up now. I had no idea if what I was investing in would work, or whether it was a load of baloney, or whether it was just me imagining something. I didn't do too much investigation into it. The truth of the matter is, I read it once. I didn't go through it that you'd think like a contract or something. I just went with my instinct. And my instinct told me to go for it. It was £16,000 I invested right there and then. I remember transferring it on my phone. It was a lot of money, and to invest in something which you had no idea whether it's going to be working or not. But I chose to take the leap of faith. I chose to just go for it, knowing that it was down to me whether it'd be successful or not anyone else. And so I had no clue about where that would lead at that time. and it turned out to be the best choice or decision I ever made in my entire life. In fact, it has changed my life irrevocably, beyond recognition in every way. I had never believed that I would be feeling as happy as I do generally now. Just from learning how to create that within myself. And this is what I do with people. Had I chosen to talk myself out of that situation, and because of the cost of 16 grand, and if I only looked at that at that time and focused only on that and not looked at the potential value behind it, then I would not have taken that risk or leap of faith and invested that money at that time. And the truth of the matter is, had I not done that, I'd probably be dead now. That's the truth, because I was in a very bad place before that, and I was going nowhere with my life. And it helped me completely revamp everything I do, think, everything I feel, and completely rewire my mindset so that I had the foundations in place to build upon. And once I've started building upon, I've not stopped, and I'm carrying on building. And this is the beauty of this. Once you've got those foundations in place, you can't stop. So, that's what I now do with my clients. I mean, it's essentially the same thing. For a lot less than £16,000, I give on help my clients learn what I learned, and put it into practice day on, day out. And this is what I do with my one-to-one clients now. So if you're interested in finding out more about that, because it is important, if you're looking to create the life that you truly want, ask yourself this: what is the true cost to the way you're currently living your life for you? And I mean that in terms of your mental well-being, your emotional well-being, physical well-being. What's the true cost to your current approach in life? And what would change were you to learn a much more effective way of getting what you really want out of your life? And if you think a lot would change if you changed the way you thought and felt and acted, then give me a call, because that's what I help you do. Okay? And this is true for a lot of people. We're all going through some sort of crisis at any given time. It's not just now because of the cost of living crisis that's all over the news. We're always going through some sort of cost of living crisis, and it's down to you whether you change that. Right, have a good week, and I'll chat to you all next time. See you soon. Bye.